Y'all know the name.
What's going on, guys? My name's Martinho and welcome back to Football Manager 2017. So, for those of you who joined us in our previous episode, you would have bore witness to a very disappointing collapse away to Arsenal. We were 2-0 up and I thought, alright, we're going to get a result here. And then, inside of 2 minutes, we were back on level terms, thanks to Ozil and Sanchez. And then 5 minutes later, Mertesacker put Arsenal in front. Ozil added another one. We at the post, and Federico Ricci just decided to amble. It's probably the best way to describe it. Ambled towards the ball, and then Mertesacker got in and cleared it. So yeah, it was a disappointing afternoon and a disappointing live com, really. So hopefully bigger and better things await today, because today's livecom game is at home to Manchester United, the big one. We're facing the scumbags and we own one because they beat us 3-0 last time out. So I want to put a dent in their title aspirations, and also a win today, from what I've been seeing in the news. If we win today, it eliminates any possibility of us being relegated, which is good. I think even if we lose this game, I don't think we're going to get relegated. I think we're too good for that. We're too far ahead. But having that very small and ominous little monkey off our back will be a welcome way to end the episode, and give us a chance to kind of push on and concentrate on what will be the next livecom episode, which will be our FA Cup semi-final at against Leicester City at Wembley. So, before we jump into today's livecom game, we've got, as I mentioned, highlights from our away game against Swansea. But first, we've got a couple of little tidbits of news. So, firstly, Liam Bridcut is suspended. He picked up his 10th yellow card against Arsenal, and as you all know, or as you all should know, that means it's an automatic 2-match ban. So, in addition to missing the Swansea game, he's also going to be missing today, which is a little bit disappointing because he's been pretty good this season. He's scored 3 goals. He's got a couple of assists as well. He hasn't been sent off, which again is always a bonus for any player. So, yeah, he's started to really kick on this from like late December, January, early January. He started to kick on and he started to really put in some good performances. So that's a little bit disappointing, but he will be back in time for our next game, which I think is against West Brom. But I could be wrong on that front. It could be someone else. The other bit of news is that Jordan Larson asked for a new contract, and again, like with Kemar Roof, I had said even if I wanted to, the club can't afford to offer you improved terms right now. I'm not so much worried about Jordan Larson as I am with Kemar Roof, because Jordan Larson doesn't have a minimum fee release clause. He does have a relegation fee release clause, but we can put that to bed with a win today, as I've mentioned. And I probably will be offering him a new contract because he has been absolutely outstanding this season. But like I said, right now, finances, I've got 952 quid in the transfer budget, and we're spending about, what, near as makes no difference, it's just over 50 grand extra in wages, although the balance is still looking healthy, 40 million, and we've made 34 million this season as opposed to 4 million last season, and this month we've made 7 million quid's worth of profit. So it's all going in the right direction, and hopefully it will mean we get a very, very big transfer budget at the end of the season, and also the possibility of increasing the wage budget as well, which will be nice, and will mean that Jordan Larson and possibly some others will get new contracts, just to make sure that no one comes knocking during the transfer window. But now we're going to focus on the highlights from our game against Swansea, and the scoreline is a little bit deceptive. It leads you to believe that it was an absolute barnstorming game, and it just wasn't. It was absolutely boring. The first proper highlight was of us opening the scoring, basically. David Frowney crossed into the middle, Federico Ricci got onto the ball, and then just laid it off to Kylian Mbappe, who was completely unmarked. Mbappe bagging his 14th goal of the season, which is impressive. But just like against Arsenal, we couldn't hold on to the lead, and 7 minutes later, Borja Baston put Swansea level with a header, thanks to a cross from Eric Durham. And then shortly before half-time, Swansea took the lead. For some reason, I'm not quite sure why, Carl Bartley just decided to bundle Borja Baston right over in the box, the ball was nowhere near him. The referee had no choice but to point to the spot. And it was Gylfi Sigurdsson who stepped up and put Swansea ahead. And the second half wasn't much of an improvement either. Again, there was nothing happening. And it took until the 86th minute for the game to properly spark into life. Federico Ricci got down the left and crossed towards the near post. The referee saw a foul. I'm not quite sure I saw one, but he pointed to the spot. And it was Chris Wood who stepped up and put us back level. But again, we just couldn't hold on to it. And it was Fernando Llorente who skipped away from Pontus Jansson's challenge. He crossed and Borja Baston had a tap in. Carl Bartley again completely out of position, so I don't know what he was doing there. And I was really annoyed about this because we had the lead and then we dropped it and then we got level and we give it away again. But Chris Wood bagged the equaliser once and he did it again. Long ball over the top from John Omer Mikel. Chris Wood got away from the back line. His first shot was saved by Fabianski, but the second one dropped right to his feet and he made no mistake and made it 3-3 in the 92nd minute. And it was a well-earned point. I think we deserved it on the whole. We had more shots, same on target. We had a lot more of the possession. But it's just, again, silly defensive errors that are costing us. And giving away penalties as well. We gave away one against Arsenal. And we've given away one again today. And it's cost us, really. And yeah, I'm just disappointed because we took the lead and we should have just steamrolled this lot. We're much better than they are. And we didn't. So, disappointing all around. But now we're going to focus on today's LiveCom game, which, as you can see, is against the scumbags of Manchester United. And they've been in pretty good form, admittedly. They've not epic form. You know, they beat Hull City 1-0. They beat Borussia Dortmund 2-1. They beat Everton on penalties. That was the FA Cup quarter-final tie, which we saw in the last episode. Also, they beat Everton again in the league, and they just beat Paris Saint-Germain by 1-0. So they're not absolutely rampant going forward. They're not steamrolling teams, but they're doing what they need to do. And that's why they're top of the league. We're currently sitting 9th. That's one of the things I didn't look into after the Swansea game. We're sitting 9th on 44 points. We're level with Everton and Newcastle, but we've got a better goal difference just about. And we've got a game in hand over the guys below us and over some of the guys ahead of us as well. So a win could see us jump up to 8th and ahead of Chelsea. Along with, obviously, as I've mentioned, staving off any possibility of relegation. Manchester United, they're going to be looking to win because they still are very much it's a tight fight with Manchester City. It is. I don't think anybody else is going to get involved because Arsenal have played 2 games extra and they're 5 points behind. So I think it's just a 2-horse race between Manchester United and Manchester City. And in the scoring charts, Alexis Sanchez, who bagged once against us, he's still top of the scoring charts. Romelu Lukaku is also just ahead of Jordan Larson. Larson, he's got 17 goals for the season now. His last one came against Arsenal in the last episode. He didn't score against Swansea. To be honest, he was absolute garbage against Swansea. So was Kemar Roof. That's why I brought Chris Wood on and Kuki. So, yeah. But I'm looking for a winner today because Jose Mourinho doesn't actually like me, apparently. And I quite like Jose Mourinho as manager. But, you know, he's an arrogant shit. But, you know, I suppose he's got every right to be considering what he's done in the game. So, yeah, I want to win this today. It's going to be tough. But, A, we hate them. B, we owe them. And C, we win and there's no more threat of relegation. So there's 3 good reasons why we should and really do need to win this game today. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump ahead. I'm going to jump into the game. We're going to take a look at the teams and then we're going to get things started. And hopefully we'll be getting 3 points against these fuckers. So here we go then, guys. We're just moments from kickoff. And here are the teams. So we'll start with ourselves. Silvestri starts in goal. David Ferrani at right back. Xavi at left back with Pontus Jansson and Carl Bartley staying in the centre. However, if their mistakes do still persist after this game, I'll be making changes in time for Burnley, who are our next opponents. I checked before we started. John Obi Mikel continues in the centre of midfield alongside Conor Hurricane. Kylian Mbappe right wing, Federico Ricci continues on the left wing because Lewis Schaub is still injured, and it's Kemal Roof and Jordan Larson up front, though I do still have Chris Wood on the bench. He did very well last time out, so if things are going pear-shaped, I'm going to bring him on and see what he can do. We've also got Paul Lopez, Berardi, DeMarco, Ronaldo Vieira, Stuart Dallas and Kuki. For Man United, they've got David De Gea in goal, Danilo at right back, Daily Blind on a daily basis. Sorry, Daily Blinder, I think it's how you pronounce it. He's playing left back. Kasharidi, that's how you pronounce it. And Jimenez. G's mean H's in Mexico, apparently. Rashford on the right, Martial on the left, with Pogba and Herrera in the centre, and you've got Mkhitaryan sitting just behind Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Romero is on the bench along with Shaw, Schneiderlin, Januzaj, Fellaini, Smalling and Depay. And in terms of the odds, pretty good ones actually. Man United are the favourites, of course, at 4-5. We're at 3-1. The key battle supposedly is the best defence in the league in Man United goes up against one of the most potent attacking teams in Leeds. So it's basically the irresistible force versus the immovable object. Key man, oddly enough, is Federico DiMarco, even though he's not starting. And for them, it's Mkhitaryan. He's created 10 goals in 34 games so far this season, which doesn't seem that much, really. Kylian Mbappe's created more than that. But anyway, let's go check and see what we're doing. Oh, okay. I don't normally change this, and you don't normally see this, but I never change it. I just leave it as it is. You know, the rule is you should never trust your ass man. That's assistant manager. I just leave it. And it looks like we're going to be kicking crap out of Paul Pogba today, so that's going to be fun. We're going to be hopefully tightly marking Mkhitaryan as well, because he can be dangerous. Team talk. So, I'm a little bit unsure what to do here. I think I've got to go passionate and... I don't know, I'm kind of torn between revenge, impress, or underdogs. I might just do calm and say there's no pressure. But again, I want to have passion. I want to get them G'd up and ready to go for this. So, well, that one might be a good one. Go out there and impress everyone. So, you know what? We're going to go with this. We can secure our survival, and they seemed that's a good reaction. I'm not going to touch it again. We're going to leave it. So, let's just jump down to the pitch and get this game started. Elland Road, packed to the rafters, of course, for what is probably the biggest game, you know, against our main rivals. We don't know why we hate each other, we just do. Not one highlight. Not one single highlight. I don't know what's up with us. Them and us, I really don't, so... I don't even know what to say. There's not been any chances. Like I said, no highlights barring the kickoff, and it's just been dull. Ferrari's on a yellow card, so I might just tell him to keep himself calm, and I'm just going to tend to keep going to get a win, really, I think. Or should I go no pressure out there? Let's go passionate. Let's go passionate and tell them they can keep... If they keep going, they can win. And I'm looking for these two. I'm just going to tell them the pressure's off. Hopefully that will relax him a little bit, and it seems to have. We'll assertively tell him there's a lot more to come for you today, and we'll just calmly, and we'll leave that at that. So, yeah, very dull game, very quiet. I mean, I'd take a point, but I'd rather a win, so hopefully the second half is an improvement, and if the forwards don't improve, then I am going to be making changes. So, second half. And it's also getting kicked off. A little bit of rain in the air as well. What the bloody hell was that? Right, so we've got a corner with just over 5 minutes of the half gone. Mikel gets up. Roof. And it's De Gea making easy work of that. First proper chance of the game, though. So it's an improvement. So, another highlight. Seemingly for ourselves. Here's Roof with a cross. Comes out to Hurricane. What a goal! Oh, come on! Got a Hurricane, second goal of the season, and what a way to get it. So it's a throw in from Xavi to Roof. He gets it down, he just pulls it back to the edge of the area. Hurricane, no one within 5 yards of him, just sets himself and bang! The dirt is gone. De Gea ain't saving that. Leeds 1, Man United 0, and we are one step closer to revenge. So another highlight near us straight after. Xavi with a lovely ball out to Ricky. Can he get across it? He can. It's Roof. Oh, De Gea with a save. How did he do that? Oh god, it's like Neo in the Matrix. He shouldn't be able to do that stuff. He shouldn't be able to, I've never seen anybody move that quick. You move like an agent. So long ball up the right for Larsson, but it's cut out by Kasharidi. Janssen gets him well. Better head tennis now. Here's Larsson with a lovely ball through to Roof. Oh, and he's fired wide. We're getting chances though. This is good. Okay, so we've got an hour gone now. Long ball up looking for Larsson from Silvestri, but it's cut out. Bartley gets up well. And Roof does well against Pogba, and he's got the ball now. Where's the support? Get out the bloody way, ref. Here's Hurricane. Larsson with a lovely little jump over. Here's Roof. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, we've had so many chances. I know they're going to get an equaliser. Okay, so we've got a highlight just about to start, but I am going to make a change quickly because John Obi-Mikel is looking a little bit tired. So we're going to bring Ronaldo Vieira in. We're going to keep him in the same role. And also Federico Ricky is looking a little bit worse for wear as well. So we've got about 15 minutes left. I'm going to leave it a few more minutes. I'm going to see what happens after this highlight. And then I'll probably bring Kuki on. Because, like I said, he's a lefty. So, or do I bring Chris Wood on and put Roof out on the left? That might be an idea. But we'll see what happens after this highlight. So I'm just going to tell Ronaldo Vieira just calmly. I have faith in you. You can make a difference. You can. Because he's a very good player. And we'll see what this highlight's about. It's a free kick for us. It goes in. And Smalling clears. Here's Ander Herrera now. And he helps it on. But only as far as Faraoni, who's on a booking. Hurricane goes. Oh, we got away with that. Thank God. Depay's touch is like. Well, I don't like him. Like R. Kelly, I suppose. Long ball up. Looking for Ricky, but it's cut out. Here's Hurricane to Roof. Lovely 1-2. Can finish it. Oh, he's at the post. Oh, and Man United clear. So I'm going to make that change now, and it's going to be Ricky coming off, and I'm going to bring Chris Wood on. And Wood is going to switch with Kemar Roof, because Kemar Roof at the moment doesn't look like he can hit a cow's ass with a banjo. So he's going to go to being a target man, and Roof is going to be... He can play winger, but he's better as an inside forward. But I'm going to leave him at winger. I don't want to change the flow of the team. We'll leave it as it is, because we're doing quite well at the moment. I don't know if I'm going to make any more changes. I don't really want to. But if I do make a change, more than likely it'll be... probably Xavi on for Federico Di Marco, but again, we've got just under quarter of an hour left, so we'll see what happens. We're just going to tell Chris Wood to calmly pick up where you left off last. No, we'll take it assertively. To keep the good form up. He was good last time out, scored 2. Let's hope he can get another one. So, sorry, you missed a bit of that. Here's Ibrahimovic with the ball out for Martial. He's got a run on goal now. Oh, God, I knew it would happen. I knew it. I knew we'd do this. We had so many chances to put this game to bed. Excuse me. I'm so angry, I'm choking on my own spit. And, oh, Faraoni's got sent off. And, yeah. It's a good job I've got a right back on the bench. However, it's Berardi. So, let me see. I'm going to have to bring Jordan Larsson off. Or am I? Right, this may not be the greatest idea I've ever had. But I'm going to bring... Wait, that won't work, will it? No, it won't work. I was going to bring Koki on, but I've made 2 subs and I need one to make a change now. So, yeah, it's going to have... I was going to bring Koki on and play him like there and have no strikers at all. But it's not going to work because I'm an idiot. So I need 2 subs to try and make that happen. So Jordan Larsson's going to come off for Gaetano Berardi. Berardi's going to go here. I'm going to drop Ronaldo Vieira there. Not that it's really going to make much of a difference if the score of this penalty is 1-1, but I imagine they're going to try and come at us. So Yeah, and we'll... No, we'll just leave him there. We'll leave him there like that, and we'll put these guys down to being defend as well. So we'll just tell him to calmly, I've got faith in you. Right then. Silvestri's got a good record against penalties. Let's see if he can save another one. Oh, he's blasted it wide. Oh, Ibrahimovic. So now it's a corner. Goes in towards the centre and Silvestri comes and grabs it. And that'll be it. We're moments away from a big win. Yes! Come on! That was nearly as good as the League Cup final win. In terms of how I feel. It was a dire first half. And honestly, we should have put that game to bed. We had so many chances to do it. But thankfully, it didn't matter. We got the win. Ibrahimovic bottled it. And it's 3 points. And A, we're not getting relegated. B, we put a dent in Man United's title charge. And C, we've got revenge for the 3-0 defeat last time. And hopefully we've sowed the seed of doubt in their head. Because if we beat Leicester and they beat West Ham, we're meeting again in the cup final. So, 3 good points there. Let's just passionately say, well done lads. Special lads. We'll say it's special, because it was. But I'm annoyed with you. You got sent off, which was stupid. But Hurricane, man of the match. That goal deserved it, really. But defence was also very good as well. It was crucial. It was. Why did you switch off, Xavi? I've just praised you. I've praised you like I should. And you switch off. Bloody attitude. Right then. So, let's take a look at it. We had the better of the possession. They had more chances. And that was easy to move up to weights because Chelsea lost earlier in the day against Arsenal. So, we're up to 47 points now. I don't hold out much hope for us. We possibly could. If we win our next game in hand, which I think is against Tottenham, then we'll be right up there with a chance at 5th. 4th's definitely gone. There's no chance we're getting that. But we could go as high as 5th. We could be in a fight for 5th place, which would be good. So yeah, let's see what news there is. 10-man Leeds hold on to the win. It was a crucial win. Fellaini, keep saying Fellaini. Fellaini is banned for 1 match. It was stupid. And Larsen's set for a pay increase. Hopefully, that will mean that he won't be wanting a new contract in the summer. So he'll get a pay rise that he's been asking for, and I don't have to go through the rigmarole of dealing with his agent. I don't think his agent's that bad, but most agents are douchebags, so it's one less thing for me to worry about. Premier League bonuses have been paid out because we've avoided relegation. That's a lot of money. Jesus, that is a lot of money. That's like what? That's close to 800 grand, I think. Maybe less. I just did the maths on the fly in my head. Not any. I just 99. 800 grand. It's probably about $1 million actually. But here we go. Hurricane man of the match, as you've just seen. Big win. So yeah, we're up to 8th. We've already secured European football. You saw that when we won the League Cup. We've still got the possibility though. If we finish 5th, I think we get automatically put into the group stage rather than having to go through the third qualifying phase. Because I'm just going to take a look at the third qualifying phase now. I'm just going to have a quick look. If you give me a second. So this is the third qualifying round, and this is the last one before they get dumped into group stages. And there are a few big teams that were in the last one. So if we can get 5th, hopefully we can avoid having to possibly get dumped out of Europe before we've even started. Because you look at the teams they've got. Standard Liège is in there. Braga of Portugal. I think it's Portugal. Yeah, it is Portugal. Who's right there? Juventus. There was Atletico Bilbao as well, I think, in there. There's a lot of big teams. Aberdeen, there's Bilbao, Watford, of course. We won't play an English team, though, I don't think. Trabzonspor, Saint Etienne, Spartak Moscow, PAOK. I don't know who they are. Our feeder team, BK Häcken, which would be a nice game to have if they make it. Yeah, so that's the goal now. I think that's what we've got to shoot for, 5th place, because we're in it. it's going to be tough because we've still got to play Liverpool, we've got to play Spurs, we've got to play Stoke, we've got to play West Ham. We don't have to play Chelsea. We've got to play Newcastle again, I think. Let's just have a look. Shall we just have a look at the fixtures instead of... Yeah, so we've got Burnley, Liverpool, Newcastle. We can ignore Leicester because that's the FA Cup semi. West Brom, Tottenham. We got a really hard run in. So they're 5th, they're 4th, they're 6th. Don't care where they are. Newcastle, they're just below us, I think. Liverpool are in... they're just above us, I think they're 7th. Burnley are down there. Wonder where West Brom are. Oh, West Brom and Burnley. So those are the bankers, I think. We've got to win those games. But yeah, that's the end of the episode. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Next time out, we are going to be coming back to this. The massive, huge FA Cup semi-final at Wembley against Leicester City, the town in which I live. So it's another meeting and a chance at a huge FA Cup final, potentially against Manchester United, but also the possibility against West Ham United as well. So again, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, and I really hope you did enjoy us getting a big win over those dirty scumbags, then if you did, please hit that like button. It's always appreciated. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. We'll have more Project Cars, more Football Manager, of course, Sniper Elite, Resident Evil, which I don't know, I might have finished by now because I have just got back into it as I'm speaking. But again, thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, stay cool, and as always, I will catch you on the flip side, where next time out, we're going back to Wembley. Peace!